Step inside the steel. This is ORP Błyskawica, the Lightning. Not only Poland's destroyer, but a floating home for nearly 200 men, each carrying their country's hope inside her narrow hull. The destroyer woke before the sun. Hammocks swayed in cramped compartments, boots clattered on metal floors, and the air smelled of oil and damp wool. Sailors pulled on uniforms quickly. Space was so tight that one man's movement brushed against 3 others. Privacy was impossible, but camaraderie was forged in this closeness. Breakfast came in the galley: black bread, herring, sometimes sausage, always coffee. Served in chipped mugs and tin plates, the meal was quick. The men crowded shoulder to shoulder in the mess. Food was fuel, not comfort, and soon after eating, sailors were at their stations. In the boiler and turbine rooms, heat pressed like a weight. Steam roared through pipes. Engineers stripped to undershirts, dripping sweat, tending the machinery that gave Błyskawica her speed. At over 39 knots, she was one of the fastest destroyers afloat, Poland's answer to larger navies. But her power demanded constant vigilance. Miss a valve, neglect a pump, and disaster would strike. Above, the gunners prepared the 7 120mm guns. Breeches opened and closed in drills, loaders practiced until arms burned. On the torpedo deck, men inspected the triple launchers, long steel tubes gleaming. These were Poland's hidden knives, capable of sinking ships far larger than Błyskawica herself. Life on board was divided into watches. Some men stood lookout in freezing winds, eyes straining for silhouettes on the horizon. Others sent coded messages by radio or relayed signals with flags. Below deck, cooks prepared thick stews to carry the crew through the cold. When not on duty, sailors tried to rest. They wrote letters home, to mothers in Warsaw, wives in Gdynia, children they might never see again. Others played cards, smoked cigarettes, or sang softly in Polish, voices carrying through the steel corridors. The destroyer was more than a weapon. It was a piece of the homeland afloat. The alarm could sound at any moment. Within seconds, the ship transformed. Men sprinted through ladders and passageways, slamming hatches, loading guns. Torpedo crews swung their mounts, depth charge teams checked fuses. In World of Warships, Błyskawica is known for her rapid-firing guns and versatile torpedoes. On board, this meant endless training. Gunners repeated the cycle until it was muscle memory. Torpedo men practiced launching spreads in silence, knowing in combat they would have only one chance. When combat came, the destroyer was chaos wrapped in steel. Orders rang in Polish, engines roared to full, and the ship leapt forward. The bow cut through waves, spray drenching the deck. Gun crews worked in rhythm: fire, recoil, reload. The deck shook with each blast. Torpedoes slid into the sea, vanishing before striking unseen enemies. Smoke-filled compartments, men coughed and shouted, but still they fought. In real history, Błyskawica's crew faced constant danger. U-boats in the Atlantic, bombers above, storms that battered the destroyer like a toy. The ship was steel, but survival depended on the men. One night defined her legacy. In May 1942, German bombers attacked cows on the Isle of Wight. Błyskawica was docked there, but her crew did not hide. They manned her anti-aircraft guns and fired through the night, streaks of tracer fire tearing at the sky. The ship's guns cut down bombers, shielding the town. Civilians later said the Polish destroyer saved them. That night, Błyskawica was not just a warship, she was Poland itself, defiant, alive, fighting back. Between battles, life returned to the small routines. Cooks served hot soup with barley, potatoes, beans, sometimes salted pork. Sailors gathered in the mess, tired but grateful for warmth. Sleep came in short bursts. Hammocks rocked with the sea, men snored in shifts, always someone awake, always someone on duty. Exhaustion was constant. But the crew endured, bound by purpose. To live on board Błyskawica was to live inside steel. Cramped bunks, endless watches, sudden alarms, roaring guns. She was a machine, yes, but also a community, a floating piece of Poland in exile. In World of Warships, her fast guns and torpedoes make her a versatile predator. In life, those same weapons were the heartbeat of her crew's survival. This was life on board Błyskawica. Steel, fire, comradeship, and sacrifice. She was not just a destroyer, she was lightning at sea and a symbol that Poland still fought.